It's been brought up. Will Jim Harbaugh leave for the NFL?
Ah, my goodness. People are funny. Now, look, as an agent, do I want this story out about my prized head coach? Absolutely. And you guys have to remember, James Franklin got a huge extension. Mel Tucker got a huge extension. Harbaugh took a pay cut the year prior. He's likely to get a huge extension. That's just the reality.
Kind of baiting that extension.
Yeah. Look, it's going to happen. Do I see him taking over the Raiders? Hell no. What history do the Raiders have of being a stable franchise? When he went to San Francisco,
Stability.
It's still the 49ers at the end of the day. Now, are they the class one of organizations like the Ravens, the Steelers, the Patriots? Probably not. No. Could make that argument, sure. But you know what? They're not where the Raiders are. The Raiders are borderline where the Lions are, where the Jaguars, not even the Jaguars, I would argue the Texans. Mm-hmm. That's where they're at. And why would he go? Again, why would he go to the Raiders? What is so appealing about the Raiders? Mike Mayock as the GM?
Yeah.
What power could you give Jim Harbaugh that would make him want to go and potentially ruin his NFL cachet? Because that's what made him so popular, guys. Left Stanford, went to the Niners, three straight NFC title games. He won in the NFL. It wasn't that he was just a decent coach or a good coach. He was an elite coach in the NFL. 3 NFC title games, 1 Super Bowl appearance. Oh, and he did it all with Colin Kaepernick at quarterback. Mm-hmm. Which was, I would say, cavalier at the time. That was basically today's Lamar Jackson, just maybe not as dynamic. That's what he did. Along with building a defense, Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis, Alden Smith. Like, that's what Jim did in the NFL. Why would you go to Oakland and mess that up? Because I promise you, Oakland is not a win-now situation. They do have a good quarterback. Yes, they do. Derek Carr is a good quarterback. You can all just admit it now. He is not like Baker Mayfield. He is not any of these bums.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback. Now, is he elite? No, probably not. But the point is Jim Harbaugh to the NFL real? And I don't believe it. What I see is contract extension, looking to get paid correctly, which he deserves. He delivered you a Big Ten title.
Yeah.
You got to re-up him. You got to pay the man. Like, that's it. And even if the Raiders shell out another 10-year contract to this guy, what's more important to him? Being at his alma mater and getting an 8-10-year deal? Or going to the NFL where after 2-3 years he can easily be fired with no repercussions? And again, going to the Raiders, may I remind you guys, maybe we just don't understand how football works, but last I checked, the AFC West features Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. And he gets Derek Carr. That's what he gets to go up against. Yeah, okay. He's going there, sure.
And even besides the Raiders, I know the Bears were mentioned because he's a former Bear.
Go to the Bears, Jim.
Former Bear.
Go to the Bears who are still
sense.
living in 1985.
No, it's...
Who still think, the Bears, 1985, Mike Ditka. You can't play that kind of football. It's 2021. We're in 2022 now, guys. Another year has passed, and you still don't know what the hell you're doing. Now, I can totally concede that they've won multiple divisions in the century. They've won multiple divisions in the last decade. Playoff wins. Playoff appearances. Okay. I will concede that. Having said that, why the hell would he go to the Bears? Why? What is so appealing about the Bears?
He needs the right situation.
It is an aging defense that will need to go into a rebuild in the next 12 to 18 months.
Regardless of Justin Fields.
Regardless of who they hire. They will have to undergo a rebuild. If not now, in a year or year and a half. What is appealing about the Jets? Or, excuse me, the Bears?
Nothing.
Now, if you told me the Seattle position was opening up, my ears would perk up a little bit. I would pay attention.
You think? Without Russell?
No, with Russell Wilson.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Because, again, if Carroll is gone, that means Russell likely stays.
Yeah.
If the job in, let me think here, Buffalo opened up. And Buffalo, that would be an appealing job.
Have to be a win now.
It would have to be at least a good
Compete
football
now,
team. Yeah, it would have to be a good football team that he can take to great.
Yeah.
And even then, does he want to does he want to risk or play the game of, I'm going to risk my legacy in the NFL? Like, I did it. I went there, I dominated, I left.
And he had to deal with a lot of BS.
And he dealt with a lot of BS from ownership in the front office.
Exactly.
And they sucked for 4 or 5 years up until they got Kyle Shanahan after that.
Yeah, they really.
That's what the Niners were. They regressed completely. Having said that, that's your alma mater. And I think you guys have to remember Jim Harbaugh pre and post Big Ten title game. Pre-title game, competitive, high-spirited, confident. After the Big Ten title game, you saw how much it meant. You saw how much it meant to all of them. And what happened after Georgia? You saw how bad that one hurt. Like, I don't see a guy that's not committed to the program or, is looking elsewhere. You can always tell in those post-match meetings, guys. Pay attention. Where a head coach is at and what he's thinking about. And for a guy that would be considering an NFL job, it would be the guy that would be nonchalant, disappointed, but wouldn't give you too much information and would just be like, yeah, tough way to end the year. Not how we wanted it to end. Move on. But that wasn't Jim. And for me, I see a guy that's committed, Jeff.
No, I agree with you. I don't see it happening, number one, because of what's available. The Raiders, don't see it. I don't see the Bears either. With Jim Harbaugh, though, I wouldn't rule it out. Obviously, you went to the 49ers, had 3 great years, all 10-plus win seasons. Went 8-8, had the troubles with the front office, left, went to Michigan. I think he likes the control. He's at Michigan. He's the man. You don't have to worry about salary cap. You don't have to worry about working hand-in-hand with the general manager. I think he likes it more. And not only that, I think the first point you made, and I think this is very underrated about this whole story, the man wants an extension. And I think that's why you have this story coming out. It's telling of me. Of obviously, he deserves a new extension, but I don't see him going to the NFL, number one. Why would you leave Michigan? You just made history not only in your tenure. You beat Ohio State. You make the college football playoff, and obviously you suffer a horrendous loss to Georgia. Something that's got to motivate them obviously next year. I don't see Harbaugh just walking out, going to the Bears, and they're probably going to win if he went there 3-4 games with that roster, and then the following year sticking it out. Like no, he's with Michigan. I see it. I think this is more of a play to get the extension. But like you said, if a team opened up that had a great situation, a Seattle. Maybe in Arizona, whatever it is, a better situation, maybe he has that conversation. But with the teams available, I don't see it. He's a Michigan man at heart.
Show me the head coaching position where the quarterback is available, and I will show you a job that he is likely interested in. Although I like the quarterback in Oakland, I don't like the situation. I don't like the defense.
Organization.
I don't even like the offense. They've busted on draft picks for almost 3 straight years, and the GM still has a job. Now, yes, I know Josh Jacobs worked out. But did he?
Yeah.
What'd you get out of
Jacobs?
Has he?
Like a year?
Abrams, totally in. Love him as a safety. Hard-hitting safety. Sets the tone for your defense. Good draft pick. Colin Farrell.
That was bad.
Come on.
That was bad.
You can't suck as an organization and expect to lure in a really good head coach. And why would Jim do it? I think Jeff brought up such a good point. I don't have a GM to report to and have to work with. I don't have an owner to work with. I work with the AD of the school.
Right.
Who I have more power than if I really chose to play it that way.
No salary cap.
No cap, recruiting. I control all these kids. They're not going to give me flack because they make $20 million a year. Like
Right.
There's no real tension. It's like he has control. So, yeah, I don't know why he would leave a college job for a maybe situation. Maybe the GM is going to work with you well. Maybe the front office is. There are no guarantees.
Yeah.
And even if he went to Chicago, Aaron Rodgers not going anywhere, likely.
And
you probably have 2 wins every year against Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably split with Minnesota. So every year, you're going 3 and 3 in the division.
Yeah.
All right, that's 3 wins. Cool. Justin Fields, your quarterback. Aging defense. Good luck. I don't see it. I really don't see it, and I don't see why. Honestly, he would be interested. Again, I don't see what makes that job so appealing. Any job in the NFL right now.
Right.
Is there a job out there? Even Jacksonville, young franchise quarterback. Lots of salary cap. I don't care. I don't.
And that's what I hate when people say this, too. There's only 32 jobs. And I get that. And a lot of guys want those jobs. But certain individuals, like Jim Harbaugh, have that choice. They have a legitimate choice.
There are only 10 jobs in college.
Right. Like realistic.
Like
real
jobs where you get paid 7, 8, 9, 10 million a year.
You got it.
There are only 10 jobs like that. USC, Oklahoma, Michigan, Ohio State, now Michigan State, Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Clemson. Am I missing anybody? That's 9 right now. You want to throw in Notre Dame? Fine. I won't hurt all of your feelings. I'll include it.
Yeah.
But the point is, there are only a handful of jobs in college football that are destination jobs. Miami, the U, can't forget about that. Those are jobs in college football. And yes, there are 32 jobs. But are all 32 jobs really clamored over?
Right.
Given situations? That's the question here. And I don't think there's any job in Chicago that is going to entice Jim Harbaugh. I don't care about his ties to Chicago, or that he played there. I don't care. That means nothing. When you need to make a business decision for you and your family, feelings go out the door, guys. And sorry, he has more power at Michigan than he would in the NFL.
You've reached the end of the video. You know what you should do? Press like. You know you like the content that we have here at Woodward Sports Network. Umbrella Networks from the bottom line. Subscribe to us right now.